Welcome. In this video, we will review how to customize a cube report by doing things like renaming columns, reordering columns, searching, sorting, and basic data filtering. We'll start by taking a look at this cube report we have here. In this QStatistics cube report, we see a list of cues and different measures associated to those cues. To move them around, simply click and drag on the header to change its position. This is very easy. Just drag it right where you'd like it to be, and it will reorder instantly for you there. You also have the ability of resizing each column to better fit what data is inside. Once you've got them ordered the way you like, the next thing you might like to do is give it a name that is more appropriate or recognizable for you. In this case, we have a couple of measures that have names that need a little bit of cleanup. To do this is very simple. Hover over the data block header, select the icon that looks like a little graph and says Change Type. Once here, click on the Y-axis setting. This opens up a window that will allow us to edit the column headers and the formatting of the information. For example, talk time average, maybe we prefer that to say average talk time, just a preference. Some of these other named measures could be cleaned up a little bit. So let's just call this abandoned. And now we can change this to offered. Percentage answered, percentage abandoned look good to me. Let's call this one answered. And hit OK. All right, now our column headers look a lot better. We have offered, answered, abandoned, average talk time, percentage answered, and percentage abandoned. Now one more thing I'd like to change here. Average talk time is in seconds. To change this, let's go back again to the change type, select Y-axis setting, and notice now here next to each column header is a format option. The majority of these look just fine, but let's select the average talk time, and you'll notice that we have a number of different formatting options, whether it's a percentage, a numeric amount, a dollar amount, a time, and that's what we want for average talk time. Let's change it to minutes and seconds to be easier to read, and hit OK. Much easier to read. 10 minutes, 30 seconds, a lot easier to read than 600 seconds. We can do the same thing for percentage answered and abandoned. Again, just go back to change type. It looks like a little graph. Y-axis settings. And for the format of percentage answered and percentage abandoned, let's make it a percent. I think it was pretty inherent by the data, but this still will make it easier to read. This column next to it represents the precision of the data point. So in this case, as a percentage has 2 decimals, as we're seeing, if we'd like that to only be 1 decimal, put a 1. If you'd like it to have no decimals, you may put a 0. Now let's look at what this does. In our percentage answered, we have precision of 1 decimal point for that percentage. Where I put 0 for percentage abandoned, it just rounds. Now I can't bear to leave those different, so let me go back one more time. Y-axis settings here, and just change these both to a 0. And hit OK. All right, this is starting to look pretty good. A couple other notes on how we can sift through the information. You may have noticed the little funnel icon. This is a filter and will allow you to filter for particular data points. So if we're searching for a particular cue, we can type that in here and hit filter and find that instantly. We can also use this to sort and filter by certain measures. So for example, if I search by percentage answered, I have options of looking for equal to, is not equal to, greater than or equal to, greater than, less than or equal to, is less than, is blank, is not blank. Let's take a look at percentage answered that's less than, 50%. Filter for that. Okay, yeah, here's some cues that have some issues with their percentage of answered calls. Very easy to apply those filters, and you can apply multiple filters. So perhaps we'd like to see offered is greater than 1,000 calls, filter for that, and of those, which have a percentage answered that's less than 50%. Multiple filters can be applied. Now keep in mind, you'll want to keep track of those so that you're not obscuring data that you mean to see. You can tell which columns have a filter, however, by the gray outline on the filter button. So let me clear my filters, and let's take a look at something else, sorting. Now, sorting is very simple. You just click on the column header. Single click will sort ascending. Click again, and it will sort descending. And click a third time to remove the sorting. Thank you for your time in learning how to customize your cube report.